China says it's time the world wakes up. For months, NASA has insisted that Atlas is just another comet, a frozen traveler passing quietly through the void. But last night, China's top space agency issued an official alert, and what they revealed doesn't sound like science fiction anymore. According to leaked telemetry, Atlas is changing course, deliberately, as if responding to something near Earth. Within hours, the announcement vanished from every Chinese government feed. But fragments remain, spreading across encrypted networks. Why was it deleted so fast? What did China see that NASA refuses to admit? Stay tuned, because this isn't a rumor anymore. It's a warning. What began as a routine calibration turned into the discovery that could redefine humanity's place in the universe. Deep in China's radio observatories, a strange signal pierced the static, precise, rhythmic bursts that no natural source could explain. It wasn't noise. It was language. The transmission matched Atlas's rotation perfectly, forming a pulse pattern that suggested deliberate design. Engineers called it an intelligent rhythm, organized, structured, impossibly alien. Within hours, NASA confirmed they too had received the same frequency. But instead of sharing the data, they buried it. The files were classified, labeled as cosmic interference. Behind closed doors, insiders whispered a darker interpretation. The object wasn't just transmitting, it was responding. Each time Earth's radar tracked Atlas, the signals grew stronger, sharper, as if the thing out there knew it was being watched. The Chinese scientists were the first to make a terrifying observation. Embedded within the pattern was a countdown. No context. No units. Just numbers that kept falling. A clock without a face, ticking toward an event no one could define. The mood across research facilities turned from curiosity to dread. What was Atlas counting down to? Arrival, activation, or something worse? The transmissions continued, pulsing across the void like a heartbeat echoing through space. Governments scrambled for answers, but the silence from NASA told its own story. Something intelligent was speaking, and the world's leaders were pretending not to hear it. In that chilling stillness, one truth emerged. Humanity might not just be observing the cosmos anymore. The cosmos might be watching back. The moment China's Tianlong Observatory released its data, the impossible became undeniable. Atlas, once thought to be a drifting comet, had done something no natural object should ever do. It slowed down. Then it stopped. Nearly 5,000 miles per hour of momentum erased in silence, as the object hovered motionless in a gravity-neutral pocket of space for 6 hours straight. It was as if something, or someone, was controlling it. The data was irrefutable, but NASA's official feed skipped the entire event. The timestamps jumped, the telemetry vanished, and when questioned, officials blamed a technical anomaly. Yet archived logs revealed a blackout, the same 6-hour window wiped from record. China's defense ministry called it what it looked like, a cover-up. Then came confirmation from abroad. Russia's orbital trackers saw it too. India's monitoring systems echoed the same impossible deceleration. Around the globe, every space agency watching Atlas recorded the same behavior, except one. Only NASA's narrative remained clean, quiet, and empty. The realization rippled through the scientific community like shockwaves. Atlas wasn't tumbling through the void. It was waiting, holding its position with eerie precision, as though anticipating an unseen signal or command. The world's leading astronomers couldn't explain it. Their instruments could only record what logic refused to accept: propulsion without engines, control without origin. Atlas wasn't just another interstellar wanderer, it was behaving like a pilotless craft obeying orders from somewhere beyond. And in that unnatural stillness, Earth scientists began to understand, this wasn't just a cosmic anomaly. It was an arrival in slow motion, and the waiting had only just begun. The images changed everything. From China's deep space telescopes came frames so sharp they shattered every assumption about Atlas. Across its surface, geometric patterns gleamed in the darkness, straight lines, right angles, symmetrical grids that nature could never sculpt. Some panels reflected light even when the sun was nowhere near, pulsing faintly like an active system breathing in the void. The scientists were stunned. Atlas didn't look like rock and ice. It looked engineered. Meanwhile, NASA's official releases told a different story: blurry composites, oversaturated and cropped until every trace of structure vanished. Their explanation: data variance. But experts noticed the lie immediately. The same telescopic technology cannot produce such opposite results unless something, or someone, alters the data. When the Chinese team uploaded their original findings to an international database, the site went offline within minutes. Cybersecurity traces pointed to a U.S. defense network. Coincidence? No one believed it. Among the few surviving frames, one detail stood out: motion. Portions of Atlas's surface appeared to shift, like mechanical plates adjusting alignment. Some images even caught light flares consistent with energy emissions. The object wasn't just reflecting, it was responding. Speculation erupted. Was Atlas self-repairing? Activating? Communicating? Theories spread faster than officials could contain them. Government stayed silent, but inside classified rooms, the truth circulated like wildfire. Atlas was not a relic of space, it was a construct, still functional, possibly observing us. What terrified the world most wasn't the geometry or the secrecy. It was the realization that this thing was awake. Every adjustment, every flicker across its surface, hinted at awareness. Atlas wasn't dead matter drifting through space. It was waiting, calculating, and, perhaps, preparing for its next move. The world split in two, not by borders, but by belief. As the evidence mounted, an invisible fault line cut through global diplomacy. China, Russia, India, and several European nations demanded transparency. The public had a right to know what Atlas truly was. NASA and its allies stayed silent, issuing only sterile statements about ongoing analysis. That silence screamed louder than any denial. Behind closed doors, meetings turned into battlefields. The United Nations convened emergency sessions under total blackout: no press, no transcripts, no witnesses. But whispers leaked through. Delegates accusing the United States